watch it. So before I let Stephanie have the playing field, hopefully when you guys watch this replay, I will just want to bring up a couple things about Clean Week. Hi, Nicole. So if you haven't seen yet, Clean Week is coming out. It launches today. I know they were putting up like the links and everything today. And then it officially, like people can sign up today, and then it officially, the workouts will come out on the 9th. So definitely leverage that. Hi, Caitlin. I posted some videos in the team page today. Let me just mute everyone real quick. So I posted a couple videos in the team page today from the Beachbody Champions page. There's one of how the logistics of it works, so like how to actually sign someone up, what they get, and he kind of walks through a PowerPoint with us of this is what it looks like, this is what they get, this is what they don't get, and it's really helpful. And then tonight, Carl did a surge with a couple of the top coaches that I caught some of, but I'm going to go back and listen to the replay of how they're actually going to leverage it in their business. So just what I plan on doing, guys, is I kind of plan on using it 2 ways and kind of seeing how it works, but I'm going to use it instead of my free clean eating groups that I was running, because this is so much more simple. Like, it's really awesome that Beachbody listens to us and gives us kind of what we ask for and what's working. So instead of having to come up with meal plans, come up with posts, come up with all this stuff, now we just have that tool for us. So Clean Week is 4 workouts. So it's a 7-day program, 4 workouts with the new trainer, Megan Davies, I think is her last name. And then they can get a sampler pack of 7 Shakeologies. Now, I'm really going to highly recommend that for mine, because when they get the pack, then they also get the nutrition guide. They get access to that nutrition guide, and you can go look at it. It's in Beachbody on demand, so we all have access to it already. And it really is amazing. Like, they made it so simple. So they give you like all these breakfast recipes, all these lunch recipes, and all these dinner recipes. They give you like a little chart to plug it in. Like, this is just going to be really helpful for people who are starting on their health and fitness journey, and even just as an introduction to Beachbody. Because I think what some people don't realize is, like, a lot of us on this call, for example, were already into health and fitness before we started Beachbody. Like, we didn't really need help with fitness necessarily, but the more I work with Beachbody, the more I realize like how beneficial it is for me now and like in every stage of life, just because it is literally the full package. Like, there's workouts, the nutrition plan, the Shakeology, the support. Like, we can help so many people with this, and I think that's a good introductory way to show them what all they actually get with Beachbody, because sometimes it's harder to explain just through messages and like really showing the value of it. So I think this does a really good job of showing the value, and it's before the paywall, which means they don't actually have to sign up for Beachbody on demand or all access for anything. They don't even put credit card information in just to get the workouts. Now, obviously, if they want the Shakeology pack and the nutrition guide, they do. But it's like their free 14-day trial of the Beachbody workouts, but it's only Clean Week. They don't have access to like Shift Shop and T25 and all of that, which is cool though, because they can see it all. But when they click it, they say you need to upgrade. And then if they want to upgrade, then that's where that conversation comes in. So I'm going to use it like that as a free clean eating group. I will be running one probably the 9th. I just need to get everything ready for that. And then making a segue into our challenge group that normally starts the 16th. And then the other way I'll be using it is when I already talk to people about the all access pass, because that's what I really invite to the most with our challenge groups. And then if I really can't overcome their fears or their hesitations or whatever, and they just really don't have the money, then I'm going to say, okay, well, my next group of like a 1-week trial of this starts, and then I'll give them the start date and kind of give them as like a downgrade option. I'm not going to use the word downgrade, but kind of give them a free week of like a trial to that. So then maybe they will want to join the next group after they see that value. So go into the FAQ, look at all of the questions and answers on there, watch the videos. I think the video of how the coaches are going to use it is going to be really helpful. And then I will be running like a group wide one for our team as well that you guys can invite to. So that's that. I don't want to take up too much time because I want to give the floor to Stephanie. Nicole and Sarah, if you guys want to pop your faces on, I know it's always a little bit more or less nerve-wracking as a guest speaker to actually see the people. I would appreciate it if you can. So Stephanie is in the mastermind that I'm in right now. We're in a mastermind group with Josh Coates, who's our mentor, and we're just all in a 10-person mastermind together. So Stephanie and I see each other once a week when we get on and report our numbers to Josh. It's kind of like an extra layer of accountability because you don't want to look at him and be like, Josh, I didn't do my invites for the week. But then it's also just helpful. And a lot of the ways I've been mentoring you guys with the one-on-one mentor sessions we've been doing, I've been learning from Josh and I've been learning in this mentor group. So it's always really helpful to meet other people in the business and just see how they're running things. And that's what Stephanie is going to give us tonight. So Stephanie is a mom, a wife. I'll let her kind of introduce herself a little bit more, but she's been in the business since July 2014 and is a lifetime 2-star diamond. So she knows what she's doing. She hits high Success Club numbers every month and is just helping a lot of people. So she's going to talk to us tonight about Instagram stories and how to use them to leverage your business and kind of just give us her backstory too. So Stephanie, I will unmute you and you can take over from here. 1 second. Mute myself.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. I'm kind of nervous. I don't like public speaking at all. Actually, Josh gave me a 30-day go live challenge on my Facebook page because I made the mistake of telling him that was my biggest fear. So it's actually been very helpful. So, I offered to anybody in the group, to have me on their calls and help me get over this. So Emily took me up on that offer. So thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. So like Emily said, I started coaching in July of 2014. I actually didn't want anything to do with the coaching opportunity from the start. My coach had asked me, but I was in nursing school at the time. I didn't want one more thing on my plate. And in nursing school, I had gained a bunch of weight, the stress eating, stress drinking, felt super uncomfortable in my own skin. And I felt very blah. So for my 25th birthday, my husband got me an 8-day cruise to the Caribbean, which was very exciting. But I did not want to get in a bikini. So I was scrolling Facebook one day and I saw a post from my now coach, and she was talking about some challenge group she was running, had no idea what that meant, had no idea how much it would cost, if it would be in person, if I would have to go to classes, or I was clueless. So I reached out to her and she got me started with the 21-day fix and Shakeology. And I did my challenge group, 3 weeks. I lost, I think it was 8 pounds and I don't even know how many inches, but I felt awesome. And I had sent her my before and after photos and she was like, can I post these on Facebook? And my face, if you could take a picture of my face, I was mortified. I was like, no. My ex-boyfriends are on Facebook, my parents are on Facebook, my grandparents are on Facebook, hell no. So I thought about it, and then I was like, you know what? If I could inspire just one person, then it'll be all worth it. So she went ahead and posted my before and after pictures, and all of a sudden, all of my friends, all of my family were commenting and reaching out to me, reaching out to her, asking what I was doing. So she again asked about coaching and said, I can take all of this commission if you want, or it could be yours. So as a nursing student, not working, I said, okay, maybe if I can get my shakes paid for, that would be pretty cool. So with that, I signed up to be a coach. I went on my cruise and came home to a paycheck I was not expecting at all. And I thought it was really cool that I was working from my phone. I was having fun. So a week before nursing school started up again, with a year left to go, I withdrew from the program and became a full-time coach, which was kind of scary. I didn't want to have a plan B, so I went all in. I'm one of those people, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it hard. So that sounded really bad. But yeah, so I went all in and the rest is history. I have a 1-year-old and I'm able to stay home with him, and it's been a blessing in my life. So I will say you have to put in the work to get, rewarded for it. But I just wanted to share with you guys, I've hit Success Club pretty much every month since I became a coach. It's, a non-negotiable for me. That's a way I measure my business. If I'm having, a really rough month, I still hit the bare minimum of, Success Club 6 or 5 or whatever you want to call it. And lately I've been using Instagram stories, and I was totally against Instagram. I was a Facebook girl. That's how I grew my business the first 3 years, and it was working for me. So when I saw, who was it? It was Haley Christian. She was actually just on The Surge talking about it. I had been watching her for a little bit and watched how she, talked and invited in her Instagram stories. And I was like, you know what? Let me try this. Since then, I've been hitting very high numbers each month. And yes, it's amazing. And she has a system that I pretty much follow. So I'm going to go kind of through that. But my first thing is just believe that you can hit these big numbers, because it's totally possible. My 3rd month as a coach, Carl Deichler had some challenge. He put out, it was like $100 bill with a handwritten note to the top 100, something similar to what he just did. And I was like, I'm getting that friggin' thing. It's good. And guess what? It's hanging on my dining room wall. I was number 9 in the company, my 3rd month as a coach. So you can do it. If you have a goal in mind, I hit Success Club, 77 that month. It was insane. Yeah. Emily's face is it was nuts. I just went balls to the wall, messaged everyone I could. And, last month, Emily and I both hit Success Club 38, which we keep each other on track in the group. So you can hit these high numbers if you believe in them. Josh Coates, our mentor, he had a quote that really struck a chord with me. It was, goals were not meant to be reached, goals were meant to stretch you. And that's kind of how I've been living, setting these really, really high goals. And if I come up short, it's still higher than where I would have been. So that's kind of the way I run my business. This month, my goal is 50. And if I don't get 50, but get 40, that's still pretty awesome. So if you're shooting for, Success Club 5, shoot for 10. I want to challenge you to do that. If you're shooting for Success Club 10, I would, say go for 20. And if you're shooting for more, then obviously the sky is the limit. So just get really real with yourself and say, ask yourself, how many people are you talking to each month? You still have to have these conversations behind the scenes. It can't just be throw up posts and see who answers, and staying consistent with that. So that's my number 1, is just changing your mindset and believing you can do it, because you definitely can. Number 2 is just stay consistent. Being proof the products work is a vital behavior for a reason. I've learned when my nutrition is slacking, when I'm not doing my workouts, that's when my business starts to go downhill. Stick with a program, share your journey on social media. Don't be afraid of it. And stick with the Instagram stories if that's what you choose to do. And you want to be repeating yourself over and over and over. It may sound annoying to you, but the way the algorithms work and everything, people don't see your stuff every single day. So just stay consistent with that. Number 3 is my process. And that's, just the way I've been posting lately. So it's 2 to 3 times a day. The same content goes on Facebook and Instagram. I don't really care if people get sick of me, because, if they're following me for a reason. So they can unfollow if they want. But it's literally, I copy and paste my post from Facebook to Instagram. And then my behind the scenes is the Instagram stories. So, the posts look very polished. They all have the same filter. It just looks very clean. If you want to check out my Instagram, by the way, it's just at Steph Daniello. But it's just all the same filter. I use the app Visco, VSCO. And I don't know if it's free or if it's a $5 app, but there's a bunch of cool filters and stuff in there. What I like to do is just have those posts very, quality, have it mean something, have an invitation at the end, and then the Instagram stories is just the behind the scenes of my life, which ends up being pretty much a coach sneak peek because it's showing what I'm doing during the day. So I will get back to Instagram stories, but I like to send happy birthday messages privately to everyone. I just go to Facebook, whose birthday is it? Send them a private message and ask how they're doing. It's a great way to build relationships. And if you're staying consistent on your social media, usually they'll ask you right back, like, what is it that you're doing? And just, it creates curiosity when you're consistently posting. Same thing with thank you messages. If I'm posting something vulnerable or going live or sharing a before and after photo, I love to reach out to anybody who likes or comments and just say, thank you so much for liking my post this morning. It's really scary to put that out there, so I really appreciate the support. How are you? And that's literally a way I open a conversation. It doesn't have to be some, spammy invite or anything like that. Just creating those relationships. It builds that trust with people. Okay, so Instagram stories. This is kind of my way of doing things. It totally could be the wrong way. I don't know if it works for everyone, but I've just been following what Haley Christian does. In the morning, I take a picture of myself with my Energize and, just put like the time and the day. So people know that I'm doing it every single day and they see what time I'm working out. I don't put the name of any of our products just because it creates that curiosity and I want people to ask me questions. So a lot of the times I'll say, I'll do like the little lightning bolt instead of the word energize because I don't want people just going to buy it. I want them to ask me questions and have, some conversation there. So what was I going to say about that? So people will ask me, what's that yellow drink you drink every morning? How do you get the motivation to wake up at 6 a.m. and do a workout? And literally I'm just like, it's my pre-workout. So that's a great way to open up the conversation about that. And then I will take a picture of whatever I'm reading. So something personal development, I have the Universe Has Your Back deck of cards. So I'll pull a card and take a picture of those just to add value to someone's day. They know that I'm really big into inspiration and, fun quotes. And so I like to make a note of the people who are reaching out to me, asking what books I'm reading and stuff like that, because those are, in the back of my mind, those are the ones that will be great coaches, the ones that like to do personal development and grow. So that's just a way of building my list of coaches. And then I'll go into doing my workout. And normally I'll just do a couple of moves, 2, 3, maybe 4. I'll put on my Pandora station so people can get to know me and what type of music I like. And that you can do simultaneously. You can have your Pandora up and your Instagram. I like to swipe over to the hands-free setting on Instagram and hold down the button because then it starts a timer and you don't have to press the button, go run, grab your weights and do a move. It gives you that countdown to do that. And then after my workout, I like to just take a boomerang or a picture just saying, 22 minutes or 30 minutes, just so that they know that the workout is a very short workout. It drops hints throughout the day of, I'm drinking my pre-workout, I'm doing personal development, I'm doing my workout. These are all things a coach does. So how am I doing? Am I talking too fast? Okay. So then after the boomerang, I'll go into a public invitation. So I will literally say, I'm running my next challenge group. It starts October 16th. You're more than welcome to join if you want to lose 5 to 15 pounds in 3 weeks from home. And that's an everyday thing. And it just matches what I'm posting on Facebook and Instagram when it comes to the public invites. And by doing this, it's, really, it's, how do I put this? If you're on Instagram and you see someone working out just, with their thumbs up, their sweaty selfie, people don't know that they can join you. They just think you're a part of the Instagram fit fam world. So you want to make sure you're constantly inviting publicly so that people know you have something to offer and you have, something they can join, whether it's the challenge groups or the coaching opportunity. So yeah, I get a lot of questions. What workouts are you doing? What what weights are you using? So with those, I just kind of answer back, and then I say, are you on a health and fitness journey too? Are you interested in joining our next group? I have limited spots. Do you want me to save you one? Creating that urgency is a really great way to get people to, actually take action. And then throughout the day, it's literally me and my kid. He's being absolutely insane. People get a kick out of it, and they just, every day he likes to open my blinds in my room, and that's become our little thing every morning. And if for some reason he doesn't open the blinds, I get messages saying, where's your kid? It's just so dumb, but it's silly, and it's my life, and he's cute. So, and I think, okay, so don't have erase it. You can also see who's watching you every day, which is awesome, and make your list that way. Because I know for me and my team, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know who to talk to. There's always that, I don't know who to talk to. So you can create a list using Instagram stories just by who's watching every day, which is really cool. And then you can literally send them a message saying, I see you creeping on me. Are you interested in joining yet? And just be like, forthright, honest, and, joke. People like that. They don't want scripty and stuff like that. So what else? Oh, if people say no, I usually do add them to my group anyways. I know that's against what a lot of coaches say. I run my challenge groups through the Challenge Tracker app. So I do get them to join that way, and I do get their email, and it links to my account. So if they do eventually buy something, I had a couple girls last month who I added for free into the group, and they got the support they needed, but they saw everyone else getting great results with the Shakeology and the workouts, so they eventually came around and wanted a challenge pack. So it's a great way to just show them what I offer, and they get really excited if they say, if you have a price objection or something like that, they get really excited that I'm offering them something for free. I've done the free clean weeks, and they just honestly haven't really worked. I've just had those people who constantly joined over and over and over again. So this is a great way, using the Challenge Tracker app, to, show them what I really offer. Because, my real challenge groups are a little more in depth than the free ones that I was running on Facebook. And also the cool thing about the Challenge Tracker app is you can invite everyone from the previous month to the following one and just keep filtering every single month. I've had people drop off, and then a couple months later they re-engage. They see the invitation through their email, and they say, okay, now's the time to get back with it. So that's been really cool. And what else? Oh, and I've been sharing before and after pictures in my Instagram stories for my challengers and for my coaches. I started that way by sharing, my coach shared a before and after picture, and that's a great way that I've gotten my coaches, like attracts like. So I do the same exact thing. Just say, you'd make a great coach. You're getting all these likes and comments. This could be your commission too. So that's I just talked really fast. I'm so sorry. There's a lot of information thrown at you. Does anybody have any questions for me? I wasn't reading I
was just taking notes the whole time. Oh. So you don't have to read all that, but I just wanted to take notes that we could post later. But no, I was just listening and taking notes because exactly what you're saying is what Haley Christian does on Instagram. And I've watched her stuff, and but it's just, I have to actually put it into action. And I kind of liked what you said, because I've been doing the post your PD in the morning, post your Energize in the morning, post your workout in the morning. But I haven't done that public invitation every day. And I think that's huge. And like you said, it may get repetitive to us, but the same people aren't watching our stuff every day. And if they are, then why haven't they joined us yet if they are watching our stuff every day? So I think that's really good. I did have a question for you myself. How many challenge groups a month are you running? Are you just doing one a month and inviting to that, or are you doing more than one?
Yep. So I have once a month. They're 3 weeks long, and then we do a prep week for the next one. And then we have an ongoing Be a Girl Boss group, which is pretty much the same thing. We have a Facebook group for that, though. And my girls are able to add people to that group, and then we go live once a month, and then those videos just stay there throughout the month. We don't clear out the group of people. We just keep them in there because the same thing, people like to see things over and over and over again before they actually start thinking about joining you. I forget the statistic, but it takes however many exposures. Yeah. So, they've seen the content over and over again. Each month we get more comfortable with what we're talking about. We get more of our coaches to share their stories. And you never know when it's going to be the right time for someone. So we just keep that group open throughout the month. And then, 3 days out of the month, we redo the videos and just keep them all month long.
That's awesome. So when you're doing Instagram stories for that, then do you have like a marketing strategy where you're like 1 week promoting your challenge group and then the next week you're like promoting the sneak peek group, or both at the same time, or what are you doing there?
Yeah. So my challenge group, I'm always just talking about it. I don't really have a set plan. I normally talk about the Be a Girl Boss as soon as we, we pick a day, obviously once a month. And then the week following up to that, that's when I'm talking about that. Unless something crazy happens during the day, like random little things that people wouldn't think of. I had a dentist appointment a couple weeks ago, and I didn't have to think about making another appointment. I didn't have to take off work. So I talked a little bit about that. And I said, the coaching opportunity has given me so much flexibility that I didn't have to, I was able to just book an appointment for the next one. And people don't think about that stuff. They're like, oh, cool. But, that's something big. I used to have to rearrange my whole work schedule to make an appointment and, take half a day to, fit it in. So I just talk about those little things along the way. And that's when I'll make a reference to the coaching opportunity. So.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Caitlin, of course, do you guys have questions at all?
I'm trying to think of it, if I have any questions.
Caitlin, I unmuted you.
On average, how many times a day do you think you're putting something on IG stories?
I'm not overly active. Like the mornings are like way more. So I do my Energize, I do personal development, I do a couple clips of my workout, I do an invite, which usually takes like 1 or 2 clips of talking. I don't want to talk too long because then it's like people just click through it and don't listen to you. And then just a couple throughout the day. I'll do a picture of my shake, a picture, something funny my kid's doing, and then just like mom life stuff. So maybe 20, maybe.
Okay.
Like not too much, but it's definitely
I mean
1 or 2.
I've used Instagram stories rarely. It's not something I've really delved into yet, but I follow other people, not even coaches, just other friends of mine. Sometimes they'll have just these tiny little dots away. And I know even me, I don't want to watch all that. Right. Especially if it's not something I'm interested in. So I always wonder like how you find that balance of not enough where people are like, oh, she just puts like a few things up. I'm not going to bother. I'm not even going to watch it.
Right.
Or too many where they're like, I'm getting bored. I just want to skip through it.
Yeah. I mean, everyone knows my normal morning stuff, but then throughout the day, like it's totally random. So I feel like people watch just to see what my kid's doing. Okay. Because he's absolutely hysterical. But yeah, like not too much. And another thing I forgot to mention, guys, I don't know if you've seen on Instagram, a couple people have Linktree, and it's just a way in your bio, you can have multiple links because, you can't put like your Facebook and your email address and all this other stuff. So in my Linktree, it's just LINK tree. But I have an application to join my challenge group, an application to join my Be a Girl Boss group, and then a connect with me on Facebook, and then a what is coaching. And that's just like my webinar about what does a coach do. So it's just a great way to keep everything clean looking. I have, stay at home mom and CEO, wife, postpartum transformation, pizza lover, and then my email, which is all in my bio. I don't like to say like coach, because then people know like, okay, she's just friending me to sell me something. So I try not to do that. But yeah.
Perfect. And I'll add on to that. I kind of do the same thing as Stephanie. Like I have my morning routine down on Insta stories, and then the rest of the day is just kind of whatever. But I think it is important to make sure you do something in the rest of the day. Like how Stephanie said she has her kid in it. Like that just shows your lifestyle and that you're a normal person too, and not just a Beachbody robot or something. But just like a little glimpse of your lifestyle. But like she said, you don't need to live on it, and it doesn't need to be like taking up your whole day, and you don't have to be like telling the world every little darkest secret like that you're doing during the day. But just like a glimpse to show what's going on. Sarah, did you have any questions? Nicole said it was really helpful.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was good to kind of hear about like the success. I haven't really utilized Instagram stories consistently. I've been trying to use Facebook stories more because I was trying to grow my business on Instagram for a while, but it was basically all cold market. And then when I switched to Facebook, I had a lot more luck. And so switching kind of back or trying to focus on Instagram, I actually even haven't been on Instagram as much as I used to be because I've been focusing more of my energy on Facebook. So I mean, I guess hearing your tips of like just trying to be more consistent, to me, I interpret it too as like almost being able to do that on Facebook stories too, because they're, similar avenue. And so, yeah, I've been trying to post like more consistently on Facebook stories.
Yeah, whatever platform works for you, you have to, figure that out obviously on your own. I tried like pages that did not work for me at all. Like I can't even, I know I'm going to have to with, when I start to grow my business even more and running ads and all of that, but I just didn't have any luck. So I stuck to my personal page and I do my Instagram. That's my jam.
And I think with that too, Sarah, it's like, yeah, Facebook stories, same thing as Instagram stories. I actually haven't dived into Facebook stories yet, really. But it's just like you're already doing your workout. You're already doing PD. You're already drinking your shake. Like it's just remembering, make a quick post, like 2-second post while you're doing that. And like, Sarah, for you, it may be like, oh, I'm walking on my lunch break at work and listening to a podcast and just like screenshotting the podcast. You'd be amazed at how many people have messaged me saying like, what book is that? Or like they see the book or they're like, how is the book? Or like, cause I would screenshot my Audible books a lot. And they would just like ask me for book recommendations and who I've like never talked to before, but they're just curious. And like how I'm posting now, I'm posting like my daily affirmation from that May Cause Miracles book, and people love it. And it's just like a different insight to me, but it's showing the vital behaviors. So it's already like if someone joins as a coach, then they know I do PD every day. They know I do my workout every day. They know I drink my shake every day, like whatever it is. But it's just, and it's kind of a way to do it on Insta stories and Facebook stories that it's not annoying. Like I don't want to post every day to those platforms. Here's my shake. Here's my workout. Here's my whatever. Like, but stories are different, like Snapchat kind of, but with an audience already. So I thought your tips were super, super helpful. Any other questions, guys, or anything? I had another one and I don't remember it, so I'll have to ask you when I remember.
And the cool thing about these stories too, guys, is like you can make a fool out of yourself. Don't be afraid of being perfect. It goes away in 24 hours, Like I was always a perfectionist and I'm like, oh my God, all my posts have to be perfect. Blah. These go away. My house could be a disaster. I'll show it. And I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Like it doesn't happen.
And like the more yourself you are and weird you are, the more people are going to connect with you. Like you guys know Jonathan that's in our Fit Fam right now, like the only guy in the Fit Fam. We connected because I was showing Insta stories how I cut my carrots with like by chewing my carrots in my mouth, like chomping them like a rabbit, and then I would like spit them back into my salad. It was disgusting, he messaged me and was like, I do that too. And now he's been in our Fit Fam for like 2 or 3 months. Like, that's literally how we connected, like by me spitting carrots into my salad like a freaking bunny rabbit. But like, it just shows people, because I've had people cold message me, like, well, I would message them from like a Facebook ad and just be like, hey, like, I see you live in Colorado too. Like, thanks for liking my post, whatever. And they're like, yeah, you're welcome, but I'm not buying anything if you're part of a fitness thing. And I like, that offends me, because don't say that to me when you don't know me. Like, I literally write back to them and I say, sorry, like, I'm a real human too, and I like to connect with other people who live in the same town as me and like are into the same things as me. And then they feel bad. But like, it's just as like, it's shaming both ways type of thing. So no, we don't want to be the people who are friending just to get a sale or just to do this or that. Like, that is icky and people do it. But like, don't get offended too when if someone would message you and say that, and like, I'm straight up with them and I'm like, hey, like, I'm a human too. Like, if you actually read the post on my page, you'll see like, I'm actually a caring human and like care about the people that I work with. But I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much, Stephanie. If I think of any other questions, or if the team has any questions, I will let you know. This was super, super helpful. I think go follow Stephanie on Instagram, watch how she does it, watch how Haley does it. And it's like, so I guess, Stephanie, one of the last questions I can ask you, like, how many, because all of us are at a point in our business where we have to go behind the scenes and invite. Like, we're not going to get away with doing our invites. Right. But how many people are you, like, percentage wise, are actually contacting you now compared to you reaching out to them first?
So last month, this is recorded. I hope Carl doesn't watch this. Last month, I was at Success Club 30 and I hadn't sent a single invite.
Oh my gosh.
Don't show this to Carl. But these were people reaching out to me just through my posts. I publicly add a call to action at the end, and with the Instagram stories complimenting my posts. So
that's awesome, though, because it shows what you're doing is working. Like, I will say, guys who are watching this, that's not me right now. Like, probably maybe 2 or 3 of my people reached out to me last month from posts, and the rest I'm inviting. So like, you have to be inviting. Like, you're not going to get stuff just through that way. But Stephanie's a good example of what it can turn into, and like, how attraction marketing and that curiosity marketing really does work when you're consistent every day and showing it. So I'm excited to use the tips that you gave us and really start publicly inviting more on those platforms and on Instagram stories. So call me on my shit if I'm not, Stephanie.
I'm going to go follow you right now.
All right. We are under a minute. So thank you so much again. This was so good. And you did perfect public speaking.
Oh, thank you.
You did amazing. All right. Thank you. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.